Let's talk about 3 ways how you can create better ad results with your Facebook ads through simplifying your approach to it. And the best thing about it is you do not feel any more overwhelmed or stressed out, but in comparison, you feel clear, you feel calm, and you actually enjoy the work that you're doing. I know this myself because I do Facebook ads since nearly 8 years now, and over the last 1.5 years, I have tended to overwhelm and complex everything too much, following this AI workflow here and trying to have this complex systems and setups. But after narrowing it down and simplifying it, I have created better ad results, like more profitable ads, and to me, I have been so much clearer about what I do, why it matters, where I look at, and have enjoyed this work since then so much more. So let's look at the 3 ways. The first way is to have less campaigns that you already have. Chances are very high that you run more campaigns that you need to have. Consolidating campaigns has been something that has been preached or talked about by experts over the last year or so, and I see this in the consultings I have nearly every time. People ask me, which campaign do I miss? How do I need to set up a new retargeting campaign to have the best results? And how do I need to create more campaigns with different targeting so that it works the best? And the answer is nearly in all cases, you do not need more campaigns, you need less campaigns. Through consolidating, we work with the algorithm and not against it. And in this time where AI is so popular and everyone uses AI, which is great and which we will come to in a minute, we often forget that the AI is working the best in terms of Facebook ads or the Facebook algorithm if we feed it the right data and then let it do its job. In most cases, we as media buyers, we come from a time where we try to control as much as possible, and this has led to results that have been better than giving control to Facebook. But times have shifted, and in most cases, the opposite is true nowadays. If we give more control to the algorithm, it creates better results for us. But the precondition is that we as advertisers also feed it the right data and the right ads. This is where we need to look at nowadays, and this is where results are actually coming from, through generating more, better, and more diverse ads, so that the data, the machine, has as much variety to serve more people, ads at the right time and at the lowest costs. So the first way is to consolidate your campaigns. I run ads in ad accounts that spend 6 figures a month, and they only have 1 campaign live. And it works. It does not need to be complex. And more control or perceived control is not the answer here. The second way how you can simplify your approach is to not outsource it to so much workflows and tools and AI, but doing it yourself again. You do not need to do all of the work yourself. Of course, there is a way to leverage AI, and this is my 3rd point. But the first and more important point is to do the work yourself, meaning you need to do the research yourself. You need to read comments and reviews yourself. You need to develop a feeling for the audience. This is something AI can't replace, maybe yet or ever. You need to have an understanding of who the customers are, who the customers are not, or who only maybe lower quality leads are. And you need to have this feeling and distinction to know what is right and what is wrong, so that you can create better ads actually. You also need to have an understanding of the audience so that you can interpret and analyze the data and numbers that you get to create actually better results from them. You cannot outsource the whole thinking and audience creation and so on to AI, because then it becomes so repetitive and you as an advertiser become really replaceable not only through other advertisers, but also through your competitors. Because what most people do is they outsource this work completely to AI. And if this everyone is doing, then this will lead to becoming over time more generic ads, and everyone looks and feels kind of the same. If you do the work yourself and develop this understanding of your ads, your customers, your avatars, your competitors, then you will have also a better feeling in distinction and also feedback with AI to improve what you're doing. And this leads me to the third result, to leverage AI where it actually matters and makes sense. We as humans, if we do the groundwork ourselves to lay the foundation, and this is actually simple but hard work, it's not as fun or also as flashy as doing some AI workflows. But if we do the groundwork ourselves and then leverage AI through letting it improve or add on or create iterations from it, then the AI outputs are really specific, they are really nuanced, and they are really of quality. And maybe you say, oh, I do this, but in most cases, actually from my experience, I don't see it. I use AI since OpenAI came out, and I'm actually really deep in this topic and something where I feel drawn to a lot. It interests me as a person a lot and excites me also. But I need to stop myself oftentimes to remember that it's not about AI, it's about marketing. And marketing is, in most cases, it's communication. It's a human talking to a human giving solutions or a perspective to someone who has a certain problem and wants to solve it. And this needs to kind of stay that way so that people actually also feel understood and they feel seen, and therefore have this anticipation to solve the problems. This can be improved with AI. And there are a lot of smart workflows and tools and stuff that we can do as advertisers with AI, but we cannot let AI replace our work completely and let our feelings for something be removed. I know that oftentimes it's talked about badly, but there are some decisions also in the Ads Manager where it requires the human feeling. You know, in most cases, better when to turn off an ad or when to let an ad run, regardless of the numbers. Whereas an AI says, in the last 7 days, this ad has decreased in impressions and you need to turn it off. Or this is your top spending ad and it has a higher CPA than one of your lower spending ads, so you need to turn off the top spending ad so that your lower spending ad gets more spend and therefore generates better results. Like this only focused on numbers approach and very linear approach will not generate the results that you are looking for. You need, and we all need as advertisers, this human approach into it, this feeling, so that we can have the best of both worlds and combine it. Because we shall not forget that at the end of the screen where we want our ad to be seen is also a human. There's not a machine, there's a human, and this human also decides based on feelings and logic. So we need to have the best of both worlds, and this is up to us to create it.